That's pretty much what I wanted. Hello and welcome back to theHunter Classic. So today we're here to look at the brand new 405 lever action rifle, and we're here on Red Feather Falls to test it out at the range, but we're going to actually hunt with it on BethannyB. So first off, the loading animation is actually pretty interesting. I've never seen this type of gun be loaded. So one thing I didn't see was like a chambering of a shell, which I'm not sure if the last one just gets chambered automatically or how that works. But next thing we're going to do is look at that in third person. So it looks pretty good in third person as well. I do like the overall design of the gun. I do think it looks pretty good. I don't quite understand how the last shell is not chambered, but as I said, maybe just the last one is kind of chambered automatically being put in last. I don't know, but next thing we're going to do is look at the fire rate. I'm going to be spamming my left mouse button and just seeing how fast this gun can fire. So 5 rounds, that was actually really quick. I'm pretty happy with that. So that is about it for the tests here on Red Feather Falls. I think we'll take it over to BethannyB and see how it performs on live game. So a couple of things about this gun. Number one is that there are no scopes currently available for purchase for this gun. So the open sights are the only sights that you get, at least for now. Maybe a scope will be available at some point, but these open sights are all you get for now, which I think are going to be fairly usable at long range anyway. The sights are not that big, so it should be reasonably doable to take an animal at like 150 meters plus. And of course, it is for the larger animals, so you do have a larger target to aim at that range. And also, speaking of targets, the permitted species list for this gun is the same as the 340, so it's like all the big animals. And the sandbar deer was just recently added to the 340's ethical species list. It is not on the 405 species list, so maybe that will be changed. But at least for now, sandbar deer are not ethical to take with this weapon. So we are going to test it out on a couple of buffalo and maybe banteng if we find them, and just see how it performs. Hopefully a double lung shot on a buffalo will drop it in its tracks. That's how the 340 performs, so I'd like to see this gun do the same. We've got our first test for the 405. We've got a male banteng out here about 100 meters, so let's see how the open sights feel at that range. I'll crawl through this grass. Actually, that feels fine. It should be pretty easy. And I believe that's going to be hit on the other banteng as well. I think I missed that shot. See if it'll give me another opportunity. Oh, there's a buffalo running over there. I'm definitely not going to take that shot, though. I'm not sure where I hit that banteng. I do see that it's still running, but the first one obviously just collapsed immediately. That should have been a double lung shot. The other one, I think I was kind of far behind, but I did have the opportunity for a quick follow-up, and being that the open sights are that small, even at maybe 120 meters, I definitely hit it. You could see the way it was running, it was hit. But this is actually a decent banteng that we had with it for our first 405 harvest. But I'm curious to see just exactly what we had. It should have been just double lung, and we'll find out. It was double lung and a 127 banteng. Definitely not bad. Not bad at all for our first 405 harvest. So let's see exactly what happened with this other banteng, and if I hit it very well. Actually, that might be it there. That looks like a different one, I believe. But I do want to try the sights even at that range, so I'm going to get over here on land, try to get somewhere where I can be prone and test it a bit further, because that's starting to push the range that I would expect it to be kind of easy to take a shot using the open sights. And while we go over here, do we have any blood from our other banteng? Intestine blood, so as expected, the shot was just a bit far back. Obviously that is my fault and not the gun's fault, but we do have a chance. Hold on, there's another banteng over there. It's further away, so we'll go for that one. Neither of them are that big. So yeah, that's about as far as I'd like to be taking shots. but it did drop. Hopefully I remember to zoom that in, because it's going to be tough for you guys to see, especially if you're watching on mobile. But yeah, that's about as far as I'd like to be taking shots on a banteng, especially like a brown one that's blending in with the background. Just saw yet another banteng come trotting into view. That actually might be the other one that I shot. I'm not sure, but I would hope the other one I shot is down by now. Actually, both of our banteng are down over here. I see that the male that we shot on the run is down right behind this female up on the hill, so I do want to see what his wound time was, but let's check where we hit this one. Right lung, stomach, intestine, and a immediate drop. So that's definitely not bad, and also you can see the penetration going all the way from the lung to the intestine on a pretty big animal. A banteng definitely is not something small. And here is the one that we shot on the run. Just intestine, a 132. I can't believe he actually scored higher than the other one. And a 4-minute wound time. So for only hitting one organ, 4-minute wound time is definitely not bad. I thought maybe it would go down a bit quicker, but I thought maybe as well that I hit like stomach, intestine. So for only hitting one organ, I think that's probably pretty normal. So let's try to find some water buffalo and see how it performs on them. So we've got our first water buffalo right here in front of us. It's kind of behind some brush, so I'd like it to step out or just let me walk over here to where I can get a more open shot so you guys can see where I'm aiming, but we'll just go for double lung. And she is immediately down, so I'm glad to see that it does perform the same as the 340 in that aspect. Spooked something else there to the left, but we did catch both lungs as well as the shoulder blade. Good to know that it will penetrate through the shoulder blade. I would expect it to, of course. So let's try it like on one or two more buffalo just to maybe try a different angle. Maybe I'll let the next one charge and shoot it head on and see if we can penetrate all the way through. Hello. Well, it drops feral hogs if you didn't expect it to. I guess I just spooked her down to the water and she came back up. I don't know. Right lung, liver, and an immediate drop shot, so good to know, but expected after the way it performed on water buffalo and banteng. We've got a chance at a bit of a longer shot here on a water buffalo, just over 100 meters. Definitely not an easy shot with these open sights. And I think I may have shot early, to be honest. Try to hit it again, maybe. I do wonder if I hit one lung, and that's kind of what I wanted to do. So let's see. I'm just going to let it run around for a while and track it. Actually, she went down rather quickly, so maybe I did just catch one lung. And let's see exactly what we had. So it was just left lung and a 3-minute wound time, so that is fairly similar to the 340 as well. So as far as I can tell, it might be just a bit more powerful than the 340. It's fairly similar. Maybe we can get one more water buffalo just to try like the head-on angle, because I've not yet done that. But we did kind of see, at least on the banteng, you can get pretty good penetration going from lung to intestine, so maybe we can kind of see what we get with a water buffalo. So we've got a male water buffalo here. I want to let him charge and see what kind of penetration we can get. Hopefully we can make a good center shot so I'm not shooting off to one side and missing some organs, but apparently he's going to let me get plenty close. Alright, now he at least noticed us, so he should be starting to charge. And we'll see just what we get for penetration on him. Well, that's not really what I wanted. That was not going to work. I wouldn't have had time to shoot him when he turned. So I guess we'll have to try one more, but double lung shot at 5 meters apparently is not a problem on our 162 water buffalo, so we have to find one more and try that again. So let's try getting this one to charge, and hopefully we can get the head-on angle where we can kind of see what kind of penetration we get going straight through a buffalo and not broadside, but I guess that's kind of up to him as to what angle he chooses to charge at. I'm going to try to stay far enough away that if he doesn't charge right at me, I can actually move a bit. So he should have us noticed. So I'm going to go up here, and he should be charging any second now. Or maybe, there we go, finally. Alright, going back over here then. That's pretty much what I wanted. Alright. I kind of meant to shoot him while he was running, but he stopped, so let's see what we got. So from lung all the way to stomach, and I may have actually gone under the intestine based on the angle we were shooting at. It was pretty close, and I was kind of shooting down a bit. So regardless, it does have plenty of penetration to take down a buffalo going straight on, even with just the one lung. So yeah, the one thing I don't understand about this rifle is that clearly it's made for Piccabean Bay, with the buffalo being so like easy to run and gun and get near. I don't get why sandbar deer are not legal, and it may be that it was given the 340 list before sandbar deer were added, and maybe sandbar deer are going to be added later. But I think sandbar deer have to be on the permitted species list for this gun. It just seems like it's made specifically for this map, and for sandbar deer not to be on there, that doesn't quite make sense. And the other thing I want to know is why you don't seem to chamber a shell. Maybe just closing the lever does chamber one, but it seems like you should have to work the lever once to actually chamber a shell. I don't know about that. I've never had a gun like this, so maybe you guys can explain that one to me. But as far as recommendations for this gun go, if you've already got the 340 or 4570, quite honestly, I don't see a big enough performance difference to make this one better, especially without the scope. But if you don't have one, this is definitely a good one to get. You saw it's plenty powerful. And the sights, even at range, are pretty usable. How far was that? 160 something meters on a banteng, and it wasn't really that hard to line up the sights and drop it. And the other thing is, I was kind of bored with the 340 and 4570 already, so it's a nice change of pace getting this one, and I do think it fires faster than the 4570, so there's that as well. So that's my thoughts on whether or not you should get it. You can make your own decision based on what you've seen in this video and others. And yeah, I think that's going to be about it. I really do enjoy this rifle. I'm going to have it probably in a few future videos. Probably in the near future we might try a white round running gun with it, probably another running gun here, and just see what kind of results we get with that. So with that, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did, and I'll see you in the next one.